Hello, thanks a lot for coming by PosterCentral.com's video blog today. I'm Pete Howard, and boy, what can you say about the Rolling Stones at Altamont that hasn't been said before? Well, here's an extremely fleeting concert poster from the Altamont experience, of a tragic event, of course, the end of the 1960s, many people call it. Other people say the 60s didn't end until Richard Nixon's resignation in 1974. But it was certainly the end of the innocence in the concert-going world. Nobody will argue with that. December 6th of 1969, the Stones' ill-conceived free concert in the Bay Area. And I can't tell you anything that's not better, available a lot better in the Stones' Gimme Shelter DVD, which also has a lot of added extras and stuff and really tells the story of this show and some of the tour that led up to it. So, details about this concert poster, though, are pretty sketchy. It was actually a misunderstood thing for a long time. Notice? It's on really thin paper because everybody, you know, especially if you watch that Stones movie, Gimme Shelter, it was changed to the Altamont Speedway 48 to 72 hours before the actual show. So how could they make posters and put them up around town? Well, the answer is we have enough information gathered now that we do know they did make posters and print them before the show, such as this one, but they did not have time to put them up around town. Of course, even if you did, it would hit so few eyeballs that either didn't know about the show or couldn't come. You know, your marketing materials should be up for at least a week or something to be effective. So here you can see it down there at the bottom, free concert, Dick Carter's Altamont Speedway. There it is in Livermore, and then the date. And at the top you have the Rolling Stones font, and there's like really not a design to it, so to speak. It's just a stock photo of the Rolling Stones. In fact, it was used a month ago by Bill Graham for his Oakland and San Diego shows on this tour, known as BG 201 and 202 for Graham. So, you know, you just take that stock photo, add in a color, use 3 different fonts, and bam, instant constant poster, right? But interestingly, it has turned up in 3 or 4 different colors. This one is of the orange variety. It's also been seen in yellow and 2 different shades of green. And so we do think significant quantities were made of this, and we have some really nice first-hand accounts. That's why I say early in the hobby there wasn't much information or knowledge about this and everybody thought it was a bootleg, but by now all my circle of collector friends and myself have spoken to people who actually went to the Altamont show and speak of leaving, when they were leaving the show. Well, first of all, what came first was this was being sold for $1 at the show. And in fact, a couple of them have even turned up with $1 written on the back. And then other eyewitness accounts, as they were leaving the show, these were being handed out to people. So it definitely means it was printed before the show. Whether it was a strict advertising piece or a hybrid advertising merchandising piece is whatever your definition wants it to be. But you know, boy, as long as you're printed before the show and it's got this kind of information on it, you're as good as gold as far as concert poster collectors go generally. So it's on really thin paper, you know, it's just so thin, it's almost newsprint in some cases, and in some cases it was erratically cut even. But the paper's so thin one might think wheat paste papers or fly paper, you know, or a snipe, those things that are, you use a broom and glue and, you know, put them onto construction site fences and stuff like that. Well, if they had that in mind when this was designed, first of all, it's not really big enough to be an effective snipe, and also there just wasn't time to get them up to have any kind of marketing efficiency, you know. So it's you know, it's a poster we know a lot more about now. In fact, you can collect all colors if you want to, if you can find them. As I said, 2 shades of green, one of them's kind of bright green, and the other a more muted green, and then a yellow and an orange. And who knows, maybe a 5th color will turn up like a purple or something. But anyway, it's just, you know, it's a day that lives in infamy in rock and roll history, and so for that reason alone, and the Stones and the last Stones concert poster of the 1960s, no doubt about that. So for that reason alone, it's quite collectible. So nice to show it to you today and clear up some questions. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and we'll see you next time you drop by. Appreciate your time. Okay, bye-bye.